This is Brownie's Podcast.
Welcome to Brownie's Podcast. Campbell Brown, Jonathan Brown, myself, Dean Thomas. We got a load to get to, including, let's just start this song. Let's just go off with a bang, Campbell, because your boys, my God. You beat GWS, you son of a...
From 6, should be 6 from 6, and one of the informed sides in the competition, and they're winning the close ones.
They lock him in for finals. They will play finals. No. They'll play finals this year. I almost declared them as top 4 chances. But when you actually look at it, they've got to win 9 or 10 probably to be top 4. Their percentage hurts them, but they are looming up. You'd be yourself if you're lower part of the 8 and Hawthorn just sitting behind you. And they've got the third easiest draw.
They do. They've got North Melbourne and Richmond in the last couple of rounds, which could be decisive.
And
but
they've got West Coast and Richmond the next couple of weeks as well.
If they drop even 2 or 3% off where they're playing right now, they'll be losing.
Who does Weddle remind you of? I was trying to think, is he a cross between when he dashes off half-back Justin Leppich, a young Leppich, before he got his big fat bull head going.
And lost his neck. Where did his neck go?
His neck's just gone, but he's actually trimmed up a little bit, Frank. I played golf with him the other day. But also, when he went into the ruck, Weddle, a bit of Adam Goods about him.
Yeah, and then he can go forward as well. He kicked a nice goal. No, he's a real swingman.
Dog, say it. Hawks will make finals. Say it.
I don't want to say it just yet. I truly believe that they're right on the precipice. They can't afford to drop any games.
Well done. Precipice.
It was a good round of footy. It felt like it went forever because we started Thursday night over in Adelaide and we finished yesterday. Geez, there's some good games.
Absolutely. Your boys back in form, John. Eagles the bed against the worst team in the land. That's pretty cool.
No Harley, no West Coast. Can you believe you're saying that about a first-year player? It's astonishing, isn't it? But hey, North Melbourne, I felt as if for Clarko, that was a big win.
Huge.
A huge win for him. Big win for the North Melbourne Footy Club. A lot of going around about the Hawthorn stuff, so I felt like it might have been a bit of a breakthrough moment for them. No question about it. Brisbane were fantastic. Sunday night was great. I love this Sunday night addition to the calendar.
Yeah.
Second year, King's birthday eve. Essendon and Carlton, traditional rivals. Last year they had 83. On Sunday night they had 88 or 89,000. And look, Carlton are very good, but Essendon have got a fair bit to work with. They've improved a lot. If they'd have been able to kick straight and execute, they're certainly going to. They could cause some problems in September, and they're a chance to win their first final in a long time.
So, if you're a Bombers fan, are you depressed after that, or you're almost there? You're about there.
I'm buoyant because I actually buoyant. And I look at Parrish wasn't there. Young Hobbs Draper was really important because the coning lit up late. When you got Wright, Langford, young Harrison Jones and Stringer only kicked 2 goals between them. That's going to hurt your chances. They're well held. So, look, I just actually think Brad Scott's stiffened them up. They feel like they've got a bit more starch about them now, don't they? A bit more character and a bit more spine.
They do, but I'm loving Carlton. And the Carlton have always had the stars. Mackay, Curnow, Walsh, Cripps, Wiedering. But now they've just added a little bit of depth. Elijah Holland kicks 3 goals.
He's more than a depth player now.
Correct, Jesus, right? You've got guys like Zach Williams back in the side, who as a forward who's hitting the scoreboard. Chincotta. That's where their improvement has come from because you're not going to get much more out of your top level players. It's the guys around them that are starting to.
Because Cripper and Walshy didn't, set the world on fire the other night. They were serviceable, no question about it. But you're right. Young Holland's got a bit of swagger about him too.
Kemp's down back doing his thing, and Boyd. So they're the players that have been stepping up this year, and that is why we've seen the improvement from Carlton. I like them.
I think, them a lot. Clearly we'd be saying pick a grand final. Pick a grand final now.
Sydney Blues.
You'd be Sydney Blues. You probably would be.
I think so.
Maybe Collingwood if they got their players back there. Pendlebury, DeGoey, and Mychak back.
Not the Cats, not Port, not Essendon, not Fremantle or the Giants. So it's Collingwood.
And clearly Sydney. What about the way Sydney just snuck up and killed him? I compared him to John Rambo last night.
It's like they let the other team get ahead so they can hunt him down for sport.
Absolutely. And it was Rambo, Goulden, Heaney, and who's that other Nipsey there? Who's Warner?
Yeah.
Just snuck up behind him and just been bang.
Yeah.
Slit their throats. Game over. All in the space of 5 minutes.
Sydney the Boston Strangler about him, wasn't it?
They're a bit of Boston Strangler as well, all rolled into one. So Sydney are exciting, no question about that. And then the big Freeze game, Dino. That's what it's all about this weekend.
You see Nick Nat go down.
Have you ever been asked to go down the slide? I know you're a Fox guy.
Did it, man.
For a second year, I was Woody.
I
split my pants.
Did ya?
It was leg day the day before, Brown Dog.
Got the big quads.
Yeah, big big quads.
There you go.
But it was my kids' favourite outfit, so they wanted me to dress up as Woody from Toy Story. It was also my last Mad Monday uniform. That might have been what the split in the pants was.
Okay.
You look exactly like Woody anyway. So just adding the cowboy costume, I do
remember that now.
I could not believe how Woody you were.
And my legs can be a bit wobbly after a few beers as well.
Do you reckon?
A lot of similarities.
Do you reckon? Not that I would ever get asked, but if I did, do you reckon if I put forward?
You're a 7 person. You're in their stable. How come Lewis Martin? Because Lewis Martin is the man that makes the call. Why?
I'm in their stable, but they think I'm unstable because I would go down as Trump.
Yes, make America great.
You'd turn the ice sparkle orange with all that fake tan and shit all
Do you
over
reckon they'd allow you down the bus?
Nah,
you couldn't. No political statements.
He came out and declared at the rally yesterday in Vegas. He said, if I don't get elected, it'll be World War III.
Your hero is a dickhead.
No, he's not my hero. I take the obviously. I do.
They're good sliders, eh? Wasn't Erin Phillips look remarkably like Pink?
Very Pink.
She could have come down on the trapeze, though, maybe upside down and dropped
and Mr. Bright slide. I thought that was a nice touch there from Jack.
How about Nick Nat?
He's big.
He's big, man.
I sat beside him in the boxing, remember? And I said I was looking up. My neck was craning up towards him. He's a huge
He's
man.
a massive unit.
Yeah, he nailed it too,
and then
Bob Marley.
But then he turned into Sunker from Cool Runnings and pulled the egg out of his...
Did he?
Remember Sunker?
Who's bigger at the moment? If they walk down Hay Street, I think it is in Perth, Nick Nat or Harley Reid?
Equal.
Really?
Yeah.
Equal.
Like if there's a line, they said, right, we're going to line up here for an hour. Who'd have the bigger lineup for selfies?
Probably Harley, actually.
Right now?
Yeah, right.
But Nick Nat is, because he's a lovely guy, he's not a dip as well.
Yeah.
Would you, like, as a non-Eagles fan, do you like Nick Nat?
Oh, you love Nick Nat.
He's a ripper,
of course. Everyone loves Nick Nat. I just thought that the one thing he lacked in his sliding performance, I would have loved him just to pull out a spliff. And
Bob
proper Bob Marley.
Because it's medicinal. You could just have a doctor's certificate, spark it up.
I know it's a no smoking venue, as I found out when they made me stub my cigar out after the grand final. But I think for the big freeze, the slide, you can light up a blunt. You know.
Hey, I love that. Sweet blunts all round. What about? Do you reckon Chris Fagan loves it every year? Because Fags. Memorably, he went down as a priest, I think, or a reverend, because Neil Danaher is the reverend, or that was his nickname.
Tore his hammy off the bone.
When he got out of the spa, he tore his hammy off the bone for to have an operation.
Yeah.
Really? But every year it comes up, he gets reminded about him, don't they? Show the vision. How do you reckon? During privately, he just goes, I wish these had just not asked me this question.
He's the only person that's got severely injured going down the slide. Yeah.
Nick Malloy went down head first, and you're not allowed to.
Nah.
He could have broken his jaw, because you're fairly... Dog, you could get answered, man. You could get asked, I reckon.
Nah, mate. Nah.
I would want you to go down as Meatloaf.
Already been done.
No, Gil did it.
Gil did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did too,
yeah.
of course. Yeah, I was trying to think who... Taylor Swift was the obvious one. Like, you could have come out... Dog, your legs are not too bad. You come out with the sequined outfit she wears out with the guitar strapped over the shoulder. As Taylor Swift, mate, that would have gone absolutely bananas.
Oh, how about this? You dress up as your old man, and in the pre-interview, you do the exact car park speech, and then go down.
It all needs to get ticked off by the PR team at 7.
Nah,
you know? Otherwise, I'd go Vladimir Putin or you know,
Taylor Swift with bad blood ringing around the stadium, and then you holding a mannequin of Matthew Lloyd trying to strangle him.
A severed head of Lloyd.
Yeah, that's right.
With the blood.
With bad blood singing along, Taylor in the background. Hey, what about the game, though? Maynard, so Collingwood are unbelievable at the moment. They're unbelievable with the players they got missing. DeGoey wasn't there, Pendlebury wasn't there, Mitchell, so you just talking about the midfield, Myercheck down in the forward line. So
Jamie
Elliott, top line players there. A lot of talk about Maynard that Melbourne didn't target him after what happened to Angus Brayshaw in the finals last year. Were you surprised, or you weren't expecting too much?
No, I wasn't expecting them to target him. In fact, Bruzzy would have loved to have been targeted. He set the tone physically,
didn't he?
like he always does. He was arguably behind Jack Crisp, the best player on the ground. The bigger the stage, the more combative, the better he plays. So Melbourne don't target people. They are playing pathetic football in the last couple of weeks. They beat up on St Kilda. before that, they lost to the West Coast Eagles.
That's pretty bad.
They got absolutely pummeled by the Dockers, and then they dished that up on King's
I was actually
birthday.
surprised Goody was optimistic in the press conference.
Delusional.
The post-game press conference. So they need to buy and fix up.
Maxi keeps delivering for his team.
Well,
he can't do much more.
But, mate, they're going to wear him out.
Yes.
So he's starting to look sluggish. He had big numbers and was their best player. It would have been the best 3 players. But
he needs help.
He needs help, mate. You're dead right. Petrarca now badly broken ribs.
Let's talk about that.
Surgery. He's a tough. He's played with a broken leg in a grand final, was it? And then he's got broken ribs and goes back out in the field. It's hard to do.
Let's talk about that, John. So Petrarca gets kneed directly in the ribs by who was
Darcy
again?
Moore. It was
Darcy
strong
Moore.
contest in the first term.
He goes down, and you're thinking, all right, he's in a bit of pain. Did you think Mayo at the time?
Oh, we've all caught rib knocks.
I could tell by where it hit him.
Flushed him.
That lower part of the ribs, it's the least protected part. And it sounds funny because your ribs are there to protect your organs, but that's the weakest part.
Yeah. I mean, you can have big knocks and blokes get up and they don't feel it too much. And then there's guys that really feel the pain.
Yeah.
You could see it was excruciating on his face.
Yeah. Did you see it, John, when he was on the ground? He looked next level.
Yeah.
I knew he was hurt.
But then you see him go down the race at quarter time, come back, and you go, they've given him some medication, maybe a squirt in the ribs. Players get through that. So imagine my shock, right? Subbed out, clearly no good, when Tom Morris reported this morning, 4 broken ribs.
Amazing.
4, right? 4. Punctured lung and spleen.
Amazing.
Spleen, lung, and
no
4
wonder
ribs.
he's in pain.
Oh, yeah. That was serious pain.
Real credit to him to get out there. And you also have to say, what are the Melbourne medical staff doing?
It was interesting. When you actually, I think of broken ribs, it goes back to a great story about my father-in-law when, about 10 or 15 years ago, I was still playing footy, Brown Dog, and man, some of me rascal mates up at Brisbane, we went to the pub, we'd had a good win, and my father-in-law, Billy Boy, was there. So Billy Boy's trying to keep up with the young fellas. We got a bit carried away. Anyway, we stumbled home from the pub that night, and he jumped into bed, and he's jumped onto the bed that's one of those ones that have got wheels on it, and he's sort of he's flown off the side of the bed, and he's whacked himself. So he's woke up a little bit sore the next morning, but didn't realise. Flown back to Canberra. Mate, he went to a heart surgeon. He thought he was having a heart attack. So they've sent him in for scans. Came back. He had a broken rib. Billy Boy thought he was having a heart attack.
They hurt.
Just had too many and fell off the edge of the bed. But they bloody hurt.
A spleen, I didn't know what a spleen does. You know what a spleen does? It fights off invading germs in the blood. And Trax sounds like it's been mashed up.
You actually don't need them, though.
You'd rather have it, mate.
You'd probably rather have it. My uncle, Noel Muggerman, who played for Richmond in a game, he lost his spleen in it when he got hit in the wrong spot.
Jesus
Absolutely. But
Christ.
Track, he's a tough bugger. So, unfortunately for them, Melbourne are going like busted asses. Oliver's going no good. Viney had no impact on the game. So, they're big dogs. You can't help but thinking this will be a waste of Max Gawn's career.
I know, man.
Don't get wrong. Maxie's 34. If they walk away with only one flag
in
this era,
in Perth,
He's a Melbourne Premiership captain, which will forever be.
Well, we know that. We're not taking that away.
No, I know.
Should have got more done.
Well, should they though? They won it in a COVID year when quarters were shortened and the league was again on its ear, and they
could have won last year, dog.
Mate, they could go down as one of the great midfields of all time.
But they won't.
Petrarca, Oliver, Viney.
They could, but they probably won't.
Well, that's right. They could, but they probably won't, because in 21, you're looking at them, and I was thinking, only comparing to what I saw up close and personal, Voss, Black, Lappin, Ackermanis.
Yes.
I think this could be an all-time midfield.
You got the job done, though, in the big moments in finals, and they haven't been able to do that. Here's a quick question for you, and someone raised it to me during the week. They said, pick an All-Australian ruckman right now, and I immediately went, Max Gawn, right? But then they said, go back and have a look at Brodie Grundy's numbers. In particular, his impact for the Sydney Swans, who are on top of the ladder. Their midfield's flying, which means that the ruckman is doing a great job. And his 8 or 9 weeks have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is that funny that we don't notice? That's weird, right?
Hey, what a great decision for him.
Great decision for him.
Sydney.
And
even though the rents would have been a little bit higher than living out of Port Adelaide.
Do you think right now the All-Australian selectors will maybe have 2 ruckmen? They've done it before, Max Gawn and Brodie Grundy.
If they do that, I want one that they can play forward a bit more. So I'd be more likely to go to Koning.
Right.
Because De Koning seems more likely as a forward. But and we know Maxie has gone forward and kicked some goals. So what about the theme, Fly's theme, the 3 little pigs theme? So that was the theme going into the game. The three little pigs. Our house is built of bricks. We don't want the big bad wolf to come in and blow it over.
Wait, he's rolled this out for the players.
He's rolled that out for the players. Can you fucking
Fairy
believe
tales.
it? Yeah, fairy tales. Do you reckon, they're always going through their minds. I'm not sure what Clarko was like with themes and all that, but he's obviously sitting there on a Thursday night thinking, I still haven't come
Glass
up
of
with
red, glass of red.
Well, he's reading three little pigs to one of his kids.
Can I use this?
I haven't got my theme yet. I'm going to come up with this
100%.
and roll it out to the boys. There must have been a couple of little cackles probably from the boys when he rolled that out at the team meeting.
We had to sit in silence one day in the theaterette out at Waverley. Clarko played Miley Cyrus, The Climb.
Whoa.
When it first came out, and we just had to sit there and listen to the words.
Without laughing, straight face, everyone.
Yeah.
And Clarko, with a serious face, has put on Miley's The Climb.
It's fair to say that in 2008 or whatever year it was, when she would have still been about 15 years of age, and there's 44, grown men sitting in a theaterette listening to Miley Cyrus, The Climb. It was a little bit unorthodox.
Good song, though.
Great song.
Great message.
Great message. And The Climb is obviously winning the flag, right? So it was relevant. But
It's unbelievable.
it was a little bit obscure.
What's Miley's sister's name?
Noah.
We interviewed
Noah Cyrus, brother.
We interviewed,
Really?
we
Absolutely.
interviewed Noah Cyrus, and she goes, oh, wow, you look like my dad. She compared me to the great Billy Ray Cyrus.
Absolutely.
Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky
And then
heart.
she told us that he's got a bathtub on his ranch, Billy does, and he likes to have a spliff in butt naked in a bath in nature.
Oh, how good's that?
That's beautiful.
Nick Nut should have been doing that.
Ads, after this, we have an angry Irishman that's coming after one of us.
Oh.
Who you reckon that is?
What?
Got to be JB.
It's got to be JP. Also,
He was on their soil
I have a
this
little
time
bit
last week.
I had a little bit of a whisper.
What?
As to what happened.
Really?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Can you
Let's
drop
hold
it, or are we
tease it.
embargo?
Oh.
Let's tease it. Let's tease
Also,
it.
we're going to talk about Saints next because we've got some Ross Lyon audio. Don't move, it's Brownie's podcast. This is Brownie's podcast. Beck, what's all our social stuff? What's the thingamajig? Yes.
At Brownie's podcast, check us out.
How's the golf going?
Yes.
You've solved it?
Amazing. Well, I didn't play golf last weekend.
Okay.
I was out hiking, 25 Ks.
Yep. Take
one
magic
day.
mushrooms.
No, I would have fallen off the mountain. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good to see
I
you.
survived.
Is magic mushrooms fun hiking?
If I couldn't answer that,
I'm
Jonathan.
a little bit nervous, as you nod your head, Dino. I'm a little bit nervous about hiking now. The Michael Mosley, that famous dietitian,
I love that guy.
he died. We interviewed him on our breakfast show. Lovely fella, gave me one of his books. He died on one of the Greek islands. He walked back to his hotel, went for a bit of a hike, and then he's taken a wrong turn.
man.
Clearly, he had no mushrooms.
No shrooms.
No shrooms. It was 37 degrees.
All right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
hot. So what did you hear about the Conor McGregor incident?
Well, this is rumour file.
Okay.
It's not fact.
Right.
And this definitely hasn't come from the UFC.
Yeah.
But I've got spies that are well connected on the ground in Ireland.
Don't you? Yeah.
That say he may have been arrested. And that's why initially my interview was pushed back. And then it was cancelled. And then the whole thing was cancelled.
Do we know what for?
No.
Okay.
I haven't heard it. Now that is just a rumour.
Speculation.
And I am. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. So I don't want the Kinahan gang coming after me, the Irish gang, whatever they're called. Okay.
Kill Brownie.
IRA.
Brownie's a dog.
Anyway, so hey, that fight still hasn't been called off.
Yeah,
so
I know.
we
Something
don't
funny.
know what's
Something
going
really
on.
funny going on around it.
And because we went to his pub,
Yeah.
and his mate, the owner,
Yeah.
the co-owner, said, "What's going on?" We asked a question. She goes, "Oh, he just said there's a bit going on.
Yeah.
There's
Mate,
a bit
to
going
me,
on with that funny look." And I thought, that's more than just a broken toe.
Yeah.
a bit going on that means jail.
Well, I just wonder.
He's a bad man, Connor.
Have we
He's a bad man.
haven't publicly seen anything.
I'm glad
Exactly.
that you didn't get the interview done. It would have been bad for your brand.
Oh, is
Being
that right?
associated with a
Is
guy.
that right?
Yeah.
Imagine
Of
that.
his reputation.
Yeah, no good.
I don't know where this all-
Toyota 4 and 20, CUB, dairy, just gone.
Proper 12
Just
whiskey.
blown up.
Brody just came in earlier. Brody's not on the show today because his real job's keeping him away. He said, I've got audio from a real listener from Ireland.
Okay, that's good.
That's all I
Because we
know.
are global. Brownie's podcast global.
That's right, there's
And
leprechauns.
shout out to any international listeners, but that's all I know. It
Okay.
goes for 57 seconds. Let's unpack it after.
Hey Campbell, how's it going? My name is Jazz. I am an Irish listener. Obviously, I listen to your podcast, based in Dublin, and I just wanted to let you know that we're still not really over what you did when you were here. People haven't forgotten about it. A lot of my friends and family know about what you did. A lot of friends in the club haven't forgotten either. And I know you make some jokes about it, and you probably think a lot of time has passed since you've been here and got up to the reckless behaviour. But time is not always a healer. So yeah, you can have some jokes about it and stuff, but just know that you're pretty much never welcome back. And if you do make any serious plans, we'll know about it. And there's lots of people that will be ready and willing to actively and forcefully stop you from entering the Emerald Isle. So yeah, you're not welcome back, mate. Talk to you soon.
Jonathan, Campbell is bad for your brand.
Yeah, you are bad.
I told you,
I'm not going
mate.
to Ireland with you. You'll be maimed.
I told you that they were burning effigies of me in the streets in Dublin. People think I'm joking.
Yes.
There's no doubt that Finian Hanley and Graham Geraghty and
He's a good player,
Steve
Geraghty.
McDonnell.
Are these the teachers that you're
They are the players out there on the field, legends of Gaelic football.
Graham Garrett is a great science teacher. Fantastic.
They haven't forgotten.
Loved by all.
Loved by all.
And then this guy assaults the teacher.
That's absolutely.
I won't be heading back to Ireland anytime
Your
soon.
passport stamp, never return.
She's had strong feedback.
No, you might be in the pen with Connor if you tried to make an attempt on Dublin.
Saints won. That's pretty cool. They needed that. My God.
There was no flood, by the way, too. They came out and they said Ross Lyon flooded. That was all. Gold Coast just didn't attack the game with the ball in hand like they should have. It's funny the perception here. There, Ross Lyon teams, low scoring game. Oh, they flooded. I went through all the behind the goals for the whole game. You spoke to some of the people at the Gold Coast. They said they just didn't take the game on. So perception and reality, two different things. They did what they had to do, St Kilda, and they won Friday night. Yeah, not a great game against Brisbane up at the Gabba. You'd expect Brisbane to win that.
It was a really, really disappointing performance from the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah.
They haven't won on the road now in 12 weeks.
Yeah.
This was their time. Week before the bye, come to Melbourne, beat a Saints side that aren't going well, and I thought they played right into Ross Lyon's hands. He wanted speed on the footy, right? And they kept going sideways, lateral, slow play. I think Alex Sexton took 16 marks across half-back and Flanders had 40 touches, right?
Yeah.
We could have had those disposals of the way that they moved the ball. They didn't give King and their forwards a chance to score because they were so friggin' slow, and the slow ball movement allowed Marshall and Battle and Wilkie and they even lost one of their key defenders early, which you thought might throw them out.
Yeah.
And they're young forwards too. Apart from King's still a young forward, so that connection hurts. Hey, one name I'll mention, Jared Witts. When they don't have Jared Witts, they're a different side.
They're the Pits without wits, eh? Thanks, guys.
Hey, we say no more.
Thanks, guys.
The Pits without Witts.
But Rossi Lyon got me an absolute beauty.
Yeah, mate,
all right.
I was so excited because Brown Dog was so pumped.
Yeah.
He got all
I love
the info.
talking
He's in the ones.
So you talk to the coach, he's in the ones, and mate, he's done a stellar job the last
thanks,
few weeks.
Joe.
So
Well,
Lewis
brother.
Martin must be thinking about promoting him all the way to the A team.
Is that the name of the guy who made Lewis
Martin. He's the boss of Channel 7.
Do you have a brain, Lewis? Keep this man in the ones.
Let's get Lewis Martin on the phone at some stage. Just have a chat to him about next year's plans. We know Fox have got big plans. What about Channel 7? Hey, I just wanted to, because you obviously do your research pre-game, and sometimes you go and talk to coaches. And some coaches give you lots of information.
Yeah. Yep.
Other coaches
Donuts.
sort of
Big
send you
cagey.
they're big cagey and they send you on the wrong path.
Yeah.
Brown Dogs. He thought he had an exclusive.
So because I'm a poker player, right,
Yes, we
and
know.
I play a lot of poker, I basically knew that Marcus Windhager was going to tag a midfielder for the Gold Coast Suns. Yeah. So you do your trial and error. Well, they're not going to go to Rowell because he can't be tagged. He's at inside ball.
Well, Dunkley took him out of business 3
he
weeks
did,
ago.
he did. But I thought the Saints are going to look at who's going to be the most damaging on the outside. It's definitely Noah Anderson, right?
Yeah.
But there's also Took Miller and a couple of others in there. So I basically knew what they needed to do, and I focused all my attention in on Noah Anderson, and I played a little bit of poker. I called Rossi Lyon's bluff a bit. I'm all in here, right? And he called.
It'll be too stagnant, so it's going to be a fine line.
You mentioned Windhager's going to go to someone. Is that going to be Noah Anderson?
Oh, it could be.
Good on you, Ross.
I declared it last week. There's not many surprises left in life. You'll have to wait.
Good luck.
So that was 10 minutes out.
Not sure that was Ross's best poker face. I think we might see Marcus Windhager go to Noah Anderson. Well done to Campbell. Brad always goes the direct question, Brownie, but that makes sense, doesn't it?
Great support there from Duke. Great
Duke.
support from Duke. He goes bang right off the top as they bounce the ball. I double down on that. I go look for Marcus Windhager here to go to Noah Anderson.
Just based on that, on Rossi's answer.
Yeah. And then he struts straight over to Took Miller. Keeps him to 3 touches to half time. Doesn't spend 1 second.
I loved it.
On Noah Anderson.
I loved it. Was I pumping the fist today? I was at a mate's farm just with a kid, just going bananas.
No wonder I'm shit at poker, and that's why I kept getting invited around to Warnish joint.
We need to delete that audio because if Lewis Martin hears that audio,
Absolutely.
mate, back to the VFL.
Absolutely.
Actually, worse. Not only have I been demoted this week,
Oh, no.
I don't have a game. I've been removed from coverage.
Hello, darkness, my
Mate, remember when the
friend.
umpires used to stuff up and they get dropped and they get sent out to the country?
Yeah.
And they umpire in the country.
Nah.
Mate, you're heading to the country.
I'm done for the weekend. I've had a week off to reevaluate, and you know what I'm going to do? It's coinciding with Hodgie's 40th up in Brisbane.
What?
So I'm going to go up there. We got an island, a private island,
island.
where
What?
Yeah, it's my island. There'll be no security. You won't need to worry about getting thrown out of venues or whatever because it's an island.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
And I'm told, John, at the party there's going to be a bowl,
Yeah.
and with open Camagra packets just for everyone.
Camagra.
Yeah,
I was going to put my keys in there.
A group full of blokes. Hey, Buddy be there?
Buddy will be there.
Bullshit.
You know what? I'll try and get some audio of him for the podcast, so that way I can at least say that he's come on the
I
potty.
don't need audio. I just need a photo evidence of you and him together.
Okay.
Just to see that you're actually friends. Maybe shaking hands.
Okay.
yeah, not in the same room.
Yeah.
You have to be next to each other, and he has to look like not a prisoner.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a reasonably enthused.
He's going to be there.
You reckon?
Nah, definitely. Yeah.
No,
It's a
he'll
40.
be there.
You can't dog him. You wouldn't dog Hodgie, right?
Nah, definitely not.
That'll be good fun. Look forward to the update on that, mate.
Ads, back in a second. This is Brownie's Podcast. Welcome back to Brownie's Podcast.
Spasmodic.
Apparently, another person has dropped spasmodic over the weekend.
The Bucks did.
It's a trend.
Yeah, we've had BT do it. We've now had Bucks do it.
He was staring me in the eye when he did it.
Yes!
I went with sporadic just to get his attention, and he doubled down a sentence later with spasmodic, and he had that twinkle in his eye. I nearly choked, but anyway.
It's
We'll
more
find
than
the audio.
coincidence now.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
Bucks is on next pod. We'll find the audio.
Yeah,
for that.
perfect. Hey, we've got a little bit more audio just to finish off, because I wouldn't say Brown Dog's teammates fully supported him when he went with the Noah Anderson getting tagged by Marcus Windhager.
Yeah.
Rossi may have called his bluff, and you were called out by a teammate.
It was.
Terrific start by the Saints. We all thought Windhager might have been going to Noah Anderson. Campbell Brown on the boundary. I reckon Ross Lyons called your bluff. He's changed it. He's got him to Took Miller.
He certainly has, and that's probably why I never win in poker, but it's a smart move. Anderson or Miller are the driving forces through that midfield. So either or, you need a tag.
Just trying to backpedal my way out.
Smart move.
It's a smart move. Smart move.
And he's a smarter man than I, Ross. You don't give things away before the game. It goes on to win. So
What about the pink pig, though?
Yeah.
Mate, I hope you tugged his coat. Mate, just when there's a little bit of quiet time just sort of up to pink pig, say, how dare you throw me under the bus like that.
Call it the pink pig.
Mate, the pink pig, he's my former captain of the Geelong Falcons. He has stitched you up good
it
and
was
proper.
fair enough. It was fair enough. It's like flipping a coin and constantly calling heads and it keeps landing tails.
Love the pink
I'll
pig.
land it one day. Hey, I've got a What a World.
All right, let's go.
My What a World revolves around the fantastic achievements of many people in our society that get rewarded each Queen and now King's birthday
I know where you're
with
going,
Orders
yeah.
of Australia
And I'm with you, yeah.
and services to humanity and things like that. So
Right
imagine my surprise and Victoria's surprise when they handed a companion of the Order of Australia to
The highest, by the way, in this country, the highest.
the
thing you can win.
highest to the man that has single-handedly this state. It is bankrupt and broke. He got an Order of Australia for services to the people of Victoria for public health,
an
policy and infrastructure
outlandish
development.
comment. Yeah.
What's happened to the East-West link? Billions of dollars down the gurgler for absolutely no result.
You get the suburban rail link, though.
Yeah, we get all
You'll
that.
be right out at Hurstbridge.
So I thought it was just an absolute slap in the face to all the people that have done great things to humanity, that have gone on been rewarded, and they throw this clown in to get the highest medal. So that's my What a World. Dan Andrews, can't stand you. And I think that award goes along with the Coaches Association Award, right, for
yes.
the best coach, because Alistair Clarkson never won one, and he won 4 flags, so it's useless and worthless, and it's the same as the Order of Australia. I'm out of here. Get stuffed.
Jesus Christ.
That's a big finish.
If only he had this much passion into commentary, maybe he'd be in the ones.
Get your matchups right, but I tell you what, you got your What a World right.
See you, degenerates.
See you later.
See you, degenerates.